I did not know someone actually got shot. No.
Then tell me what happened.
Okay.
And I don't want no more lying.
This woman, Olivia Clendenin, had a husband and a boyfriend, and neither knew about the other until they ended up at the same party.
And to Daniel, I am very, very glad that he is well after a difficult time he has been through.
Clendenin grabbed a gun, fired 8 rounds. And what happened next? We'll take you inside the interrogation room, and you won't believe what she said. We're on the case presented by Law&Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Well, hey guys, real quick, I do want to tell you about this app. It's called Upside. It gets you cash back on everyday purchases like gas, groceries, and takeout. So here's what you do. Super easy. Download Upside. It's free. Claim an offer at one of their 100,000 plus locations. Then you pay like you typically would with your card, verify the purchase, and you get money back. I've used it when I pump gas, or maybe I'm doing takeout one night, just searching for offers on Upside. Then after I spend, money appears in my app, then I just transfer it straight to my bank. That's it. Upside's frequent users earn an average of $254 back a year. So to start getting your cash back, click the link in the description or scan the QR code and use promo code OTC to get an extra 25-cent bonus on every gallon on your first tank of gas. Olivia Clendenin, she was a dance instructor who had a husband and a boyfriend. Yes, a husband and a boyfriend. The problem was, neither man knew about each other. That is until New Year's 2025, when they both showed up to the same party. And according to prosecutors, that is when they figured out they were both dating the same woman. Word got back to Olivia Clendenin, and frankly, she lost her mind. Literally, she drove to the party, grabbed a gun, and started shooting that party up. She fired 8 rounds, and she hit a man who had nothing to do with any of this. The guy's name was Daniel Johnson, and he was just sitting on the porch minding his own business. Now you can see court footage there of him provided by WLWT in Cincinnati, where he spoke of this harrowing experience and the damage that Clendenin really did to him. But back to Clendenin. After the shooting, police questioned her, and here is the moment she found out someone had actually been hit.
I did not know someone actually got shot.
So how did a love triangle turn into a drive-by shooting that is sending this woman away for a long time? So here's what you need to know. So get ready for it. Olivia Clendenin was married to a man named Zach Howard. But according to prosecutors, she was also in a relationship with another man, her ex-boyfriend, and his name was Corey. Now, as I said earlier, neither man knew about the other. It's a messy situation. Now, all of this changed on New Year's Eve, 2025. According to the Warren County Prosecutor's Office, both men ended up at the same party on Dearth Road in Clear Creek Township. And at some point that evening, they figured out that they were both dating the same woman. Clendenin found out they were together. And according to her own words in the interrogation, she was in a rage. She tried calling her husband, but he wouldn't answer. So she got in her mom's Jeep and she drove right to the party. She didn't go alone. Her mother-in-law, so her husband's mom, was in the car with her. When she got to the house, she went inside, and according to what she later told police, that's when things got heated. According to Clendenin, Corey tried to have sex with her. She said no. She said there was a fight, and then she said it was Corey, her ex-boyfriend, who handed her a gun, a .40 caliber handgun. Now, she said that he told her to take it just to scare them off. She got in the back of the Jeep, and as she was pulling out of the driveway, she fired 8 rounds toward the house. One of those bullets hit Daniel Johnson. He was just 29 years old. He had been invited to the party, and he was just sitting on the porch. He was minding his own business when a bullet tore through his abdomen. Clendenin, she drove off, but she didn't get far. According to a crash report, she wrecked her mom's Jeep on McLean Road. A neighbor then called police. When officers arrived, they found Clendenin injured. Her car was damaged, and lying outside the vehicle, a .40 caliber handgun with a magazine and a round. Now, at the hospital, they treated her for minor injuries, and they also drew her blood. She told police that she had 3 shots of whiskey. But here's what she did not know yet. Someone had been hit by her gunfire. Daniel Johnson was rushed to the hospital. He was on life support. He had surgery. I mean, this guy is lucky to be alive. For a while, no one knew if he was going to make it. Now, as far as Clendenin, She was being questioned. She started by saying that she had no idea why she was there. She said that she'd been in an accident. She said she had no clue about anything else. But the detective wasn't buying that story. And now police had body camera footage from that night, and we have obtained the interrogation that followed. This is the newly released video.
So right now you have the right to remain silent, okay? Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law, okay? You have the right to talk to the lawyer, have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you before any questionings if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand your rights? Okay. I need you to circle that, put initial there, sign, and date. Let me ask you first of all, do you know why you're here? You don't have a clue.
I mean, I was in an accident, and they did blood work, and I got an OBI at the hospital.
Okay, but beyond that, you have no clue?
No.
Okay.
No, just the wreck and stuff.
She says that she was alone in the car when she crashed. She says that she wrecked it. The neighbor came out, the cop showed up, and that was it. But the detective knows there is more to this story.
Zach Howard?
Mm-hmm.
That's my husband. And Corey is my ex-boyfriend. His friends. His friend, his name is Zach Brown and Zach Cox. Those are the guys we were fighting over.
Why were you fighting over them?
Because they don't like me and they don't want me involved with him because we have issues, we fight a lot, we don't get along a lot, me and Corey. So they're going to do what it takes to try to split us up. So they called him and said that I was going to dinner with my husband over the weekend.
She says she went to her mother-in-law's house around midnight and stayed until 5 or 6 in the morning, and they were just talking.
I was just talking to her, trying to explain to her, like, I don't have nobody, like, I don't know who else to turn to. My friends hate me because of the men I choose. And I'm like, the men I choose, we're not getting along. So, like, I have nobody, so I went over to her house to talk to her, and she was there for me and comforted me.
Then she tells police about driving by the party.
Around the circle of Dearth. So 123, because I knew my husband was hanging out with my ex-boyfriend.
Where at?
At my ex-boyfriend's house in Springboro.
Okay.
Off of 123 in Widener 741. And I literally just left my mother-in-law's home. And
Where's Corey live?
in Springboro.
Is that the house you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is his house. He has like a house like on this road right here.
Okay.
And there's a road that cuts like this.
Okay.
And I just wanted to drive by the top of the hill just to see if my husband was still there before I went home. I didn't see his car. Kept on going. And I tried to call him. He wasn't answering. And I kept telling him, please call me. Please talk to me. He would not talk to me. And I was just in a rage. I was ready to get home. And that's when I ran into that guardrail.
What was you in a rage about?
He won't talk to me. My husband.
Did you call him when you got in the crash?
Yeah, I did, because I tried to call him beforehand multiple times. He wouldn't answer, but then he picks up after, and I'm like, I just wrecked my car because of you. Where are you at?
But you knew where he was at. You saw his car, right?
Yeah, no, his car wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I kind of drove by it just to see if he was still there, being with him, whatever, and he wasn't. So I was like, whatever. And I kept trying to call him, see where he was. He wouldn't answer. I wrecked my car, my mother's car, and then I called him again. He finally picks up, and I'm like, where are you?
Where did he say he was at?
And he didn't answer me. And I'm like, Zach, I just got in a wreck. Like, I could be hurt. And he didn't care. I was like, whatever. So I hung up on him.
So you were in a rage. You were pretty pissed at him.
Yeah, because my ex-boyfriend and my husband, who were separated, are together hanging out, bullying me, but they hate each other. It wasn't fair to me, and I tried to tell them both that. Leave me alone. And neither one would do that. I drove by Corey's house. His car was not in the driveway. So I'm like, where's he at? And that's when I started really like getting pissed. Like, oh my God, like I just need to get home. Like, I'm so mad right now because I was going to start calling my husband off of my mother's phone. So I was trying to get home. I'm like, I'm going to call him from my mom's phone. I know he'll answer that phone call.
The detective listens. He's been patient, but now he asks her a question that turns this upside down.
You ever fired a gun?
At like gun shows. I've fired a gun, but not like for fun or whatever.
Do you have one? Do you own one?
No, I sure don't. I do not.
There would be no reason one would be in your car?
No, I do not have a gun in my car.
Okay.
At all. I've never had a gun in one of my vehicles at all, ever.
Yeah, see, I'm not believing what you're telling me. This whole story.
What do you mean?
There was someone shot tonight.
Like Zach or Corey?
No, not Zach or Corey. And there was a gun found outside of your car with a magazine and the round at the crash. Either you're lying to me or you know somebody was with you that did something stupid. And you're going to be just as guilty if that's the truth if you don't tell us what really happened that night. I know you're lying to me. And I know you know what happened. All the pieces fit. Right?
Right.
You know somebody got shot, didn't you?
I did not know someone actually got shot. No.
Then tell me what happened.
Okay.
And I don't want no more lying.
I was with my mother-in-law.
Okay.
And we were hanging out, upset, like I said.
Drinking
my
whiskey.
Husband.
You were irate.
I was actually drinking, yes, I was drinking the whiskey. She was drinking like some orange juice and whatever. And when I tried to go to Corey's house to get Zachary, my husband, I got in a huge fight, absolutely huge fight. And
with who?
With Corey.
Okay. See, now you're starting to tell me the truth, right?
Yes, correct.
See, okay.
Yep.
We're going to stay on the truth line, right?
Correct. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Because it's not going to be good if you don't tell me the truth.
Okay. No, I'm ready.
Down to every...
I'll tell you the truth. I was a little tipsy, but I do know what happened, sir.
Okay. What happened?
So, me and Corey got into it real bad. He was trying to have sex with me, condoned to have sex with me. At his house when I went there to get my husband.
Oh, so you did stop there?
Yeah, this was earlier, yes. And he was like trying to touch me, and I'm like, no, stop, like, pull it
so
now.
You were there partying with this group?
No, I did not stay there and party at all. I went there specifically to get my husband out of the home.
Okay.
Because I knew drugs were involved, and I'm like, no, stay away from that. And then they started getting kind of a little rowdy, the men. And Corey gave me that gun. That gun was Corey Hafler's.
For what?
To kind of scare him.
Okay, then what happened?
Well, when I started to leave, they was fucking talking shit, running after my mom's car, freaking me out. Shot it.
You shot it?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Who'd you shoot?
I just shot at the house. Literally, just the house. I did not know anybody had gotten hit.
How many times did you shoot?
Twice.
Shot twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't really shoot guns. It's not my type of thing. I didn't know what I was doing, and I did not aim at anybody personally at all.
Okay.
And the gun was given to me by Corey. Corey said, "Here, just take this."
I don't care who gave you the gun. You pulled the trigger. Am I right?
Right.
To scare somebody.
Yeah. Right.
And you ended up shooting somebody.
That's horrible. I swear I didn't know that. I did not know anybody got shot.
But you know you shot towards the house.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Towards the garage area. His house is set up like this, front porch, garage. I shot right towards that garage area. I did not know anybody had gotten hit. I did not know that.
And then the detective told her who she hit.
Daniel was shot.
Daniel?
In the abdomen. He's on life support right now because you shot him.
I cannot believe that someone actually got shot and is on life support because of my actions right now. I can't honestly believe that. Did they say his survival chance or anything for Daniel?
I don't know that yet.
Right.
Did you know Daniel?
Not really, no.
So he's never did nothing to you?
Just that he was friends with men I knew and stuff. And
that's why he shot. You were pissed off.
The wrong person. And Daniel is pay him for it because I'm a yeah.
How did you get the gun again?
Corey.
Corey did what?
It was Corey's gun.
Okay, where did you get it from?
He handed it to me from his top drawer in his bedroom. He has a dresser right when you walk in. It was in the top middle drawer. There's three top drawers, and it was in the middle.
Was you in the bedroom when he handed it to you?
Correct.
What did he say to you?
He said, "Here, take this. Just scare him off." That's exactly what he said. Take this, just scare him off.
So then you went outside with it in your hand.
And then they started running their mouth, bigger and bigger and bigger,
and you were getting
whatever. I was getting more rage. More rage was building up, and I was like, "Leave me the alone." They were like, "You blah blah blah," and as I'm leaving, they're like running after, like, "You, you're a dumb," like all this stuff, and it was just like.
Were you walking away?
No, I was in my car leaving.
Okay.
And going, and I was just, and they whatever, and I was just like, "Leave me the alone," and then drove off.
You was in the driveway?
Yeah, going onto the road, up the hill. It's like a hill. I was going straight up that hill.
Was there anybody sitting on the porch?
Not that I seen.
Everybody seen it?
No, it was just Daniel, some guy I didn't even recognize,
okay,
and my husband that I had saw.
So as you're walking towards your car, you just turn around and go fire?
No, I was in the vehicle.
In the driveway?
Yes, I was in the vehicle, in the driveway as I was leaving. I did not do it outside of the car or anything like that.
Oh, the passenger side or driver's side?
Driver.
2 shots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I did not know anybody was hit at all.
Okay.
At all.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Which way was your car facing in the driveway?
Towards the barn.
Towards the barn?
Mm-hmm.
And you shot out the drivers?
Mm-hmm. Because I went like this to get out of the driveway.
Okay.
Shot at the garage area, up the hill and left.
So where was she at the crash?
No, she wasn't with me at the crash. She did not want any part about what happened. She had gotten out.
Where'd she get
gotten out. But the gun was still in the car. But when I crashed, I'm assuming the gun flew out the car. But it was still in the seat, like the floor seat of the passenger.
So did your mother-in-law ever get out and confront these?
No.
She stayed in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Did she know you had a gun when you got in the car?
Yes. Because she knew Corey gave me the gun. Because I said, "Corey just fucking."
What did she say about that?
Nothing. She didn't have anything to say. She just did not say.
After you shot, what happened? What did she say?
Was freaking out. She was screaming, yelling, "Let me out! Let her out!"
Where'd she go?
I have no idea.
Where'd you let her out?
I have not spoke to her since.
Okay, well, right now you're going to be placed under arrest. You understand that?
I do.
You're going to go to jail.
Okay.
What she said in that interrogation room would follow her to trial. A jury found her guilty of attempted murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, and illegal discharge of a firearm at or into a habitation. Months later, on March 26th, 2026, Olivia Clendenin sat in a Warren County courtroom to learn her fate. But first, it was time for the victim, Daniel Johnson, to speak. Before that night, he was just a guy who got invited to a New Year's Eve party, but now he was standing in front of the woman who shot him, almost killed him, and he was about to tell her what she took from him.
On the day of the incident, I was attending a New Year's Day get-together. I had been invited over and was sitting on the porch minding my business. The defendant was attempting to shoot at someone else, and I was the one who ended up being shot. In that moment, my life changed for reasons that had nothing to do with me.
The shooting, he said, left him with chronic pain and even digestive issues. Then it was Clendenin's turn.
Honor, I respect this court and where it stands. I would just like to say that I care deeply about my family, my friends, my business, and those who rely on me in this world. I take great pride in the impact that I have had on my community and the children that I coach, and that I basically raise them with their parents. And I will continue to do so moving forward. And to Daniel, I am very, very glad that he is well after a difficult time he has been through. And I truly hope that he has a great future, and I wish him nothing but the best in his future. Thank you.
All right.
The judge had heard enough. He sentenced Olivia Clendenin to 16 to 20 and a half years in prison, the maximum she could receive. As she was led out of the courtroom, her attorney told reporters that she plans to appeal. That will do it for On the Case, presented by Law&Crime. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify, and we're also streaming now on Peacock. I'm Chris Stewart. I'll see you next time.